Welcome, welcome to the GOAT Show. That's right, my friends, you're at the GOAT Show and you're gonna enjoy some knowledge. Welcome. Hello, all. Glad to have you back. Or shall I say, hello, everybody, and welcome back. This is the OverPower Mountain Podcast, and I am your host, Marcel, the greatest OverPower player of all time. Who runs the world, girls? Who runs the world, girls? I love it. Women power. Hello, Ricky. Hello, Brian. Hello, all the people rolling in early. Mr. Andrew Taylor, the prodigy himself, coming in to get some knowledge from the GOAT on the All Ladies podcast. I would like to dedicate this episode right away to, interesting enough, a friend of mine, Jesse Troutman. He passed away not too long ago, and he was a huge fan of female comic book characters, and he was one of my early Overpower players and or friends, and I have to just say, early on right away, he was one of those inspirations that's always looking at female characters as powerhouses. And, I always kind of went with the Wolverines and so on in that episode. So I have to say this is dedicated to him. Interesting to dedicate an all-women's episode to a man, but he did pass away and it was his favorite. So dedicated to him. I'd also like to dedicate to my mom, obviously, who has also passed away. But, without her allowing me to be a 17-year-old kid running around North America playing Overpower, I don't think I would be who I am today. So thank you to her. And of course, thank you to my current lady who allows me to both do this and, venture out and still play card games as a middle-aged man, enjoying his passions and hobbies. So without further ado, I do love it. Woman power, okay? Women power. I hope all of you are wearing pink. I put on my finest pink shirt. This is the Barbie Blue Jays crossover shirt that occurred. So I hope you're enjoying my attire for the evening. And I hope all of you are wearing your finest, pink or women supporting attire at home. So women power. Women and Overpower have actually a big history together. Since the beginning, women have been a big part from both players, some of the best, I might add personally, to women that have been working behind the scenes to help bring Overpower to the world. There's been both sides where women have been an intricate part of it, essentially. Now, I'm not just saying it for a few, nice lines, I really want to kind of give you a classic shout out moment and shout out time to the women of Overpower, past and present, ultimately. Most people don't know or really even remember, ultimately, the early women of OP. Did you know that a woman won the Overpower Nationals 2 years in a row? The first two big Overpower Nationals was won by a woman. Again, not that I'm trying to differentiate anything, I'm just trying to show amazing accomplishments that people may not know. Sherry Briggs from California. I mean, let's be honest, she had to get through me the second time round in her tournament. So it definitely wasn't an easy victory for her going through that second nationals. And what a game it was, I have to admit. Two-time national Overpower champ was a woman. So girls watching at home know that it's actually possible to be the best in Overpower. Now, it might be hard while I'm breathing and living to become the best whether you're a man or a woman, but it is possible. And, even back then, in my amazing heyday of 17 years old, Sherry Briggs was able to beat me. So you can be the best in the world. All the young women watching at home, all the older women watching at home who are starting Overpower and playing, whether it be your wives or your daughters, or just a woman who's picked up the game and starting to watch the podcast. Uh, so just know, like, from people even like early on in the game, like Kathy Probst, who worked closely with the original team to bring OP to life and distribution. I personally had a little crush on her as well. You may know her very well from Team Overpower. She's actually the female who's drawn on the home base card there. She worked very close with the team to bring everything to distribution and to the world back then as well. The game has had a list of great women players. From the early days, we have Patricia Yu, the OG matriarch of the UOP family powerhouse, with her daughters Christina and Nikita. Of course, now we even have Nicole Jeanette, and recently, even from the Sims family dynasty, we now have Jessica Sims climbing the player ranks. Then we have an LRG behind the scenes again in this current era. You know, Women like Liz Fulda, who is the one killing it on PR and marketing, on that front for Overpower. When we were talking, she was mentioning in our convos, women make up 40% of role playing games, and people don't even realize how many are currently now in CCGs. And I think you and I can all see it too, as we enter these rooms with a lot of women in CCGs, and you're just looking around, and like every other table randomly has a girl playing, and they all start as girlfriends, or significant others, or maybe even just nerdy girls who just love the games and join. But you can even see, if you do go to card stores, that number is starting to tick up. And she is right. Gaming is no longer just a man's world. Finally, we have Letty Prochnow. I hope I said that right. With LRG, you might know her as the voice talking to Joe on the Town Hall podcast. Letty is a vital part and contributor to the production, that happens with the current game of Overpower and the process, as well as being both the president, Ronald Pawsey's executive assistant. She's known as Mystique on Discord for all those who do interact on Discord as well. And she's another woman who is helping bring Overpower to you. If you're watching, you're a fan of the game, you're a fan of me, you're a fan of, since either the beginning or this relaunch. And in both occasions, it's women who help bring it to you. And I just like to sort of show that forefront to it in that respect, So, as you can see, feminine power has been an intricate driving force for both on-table play and behind-the-scenes know-how and Overpower. Question is, like, will you be the next female figure in Overpower, whether it be on the tables, whether it be behind the scenes? Someone watching right now, or someone watching a repeat of this, a young lady could get inspired and truthfully understand that she can become one of, if not the best Overpower player in the world. So I hope all you young ladies out there watching understand that, and, empower yourselves with those thoughts. Well, you're in the right place. You're in the right place to gain some knowledge from the great one. But of course, before we get to any of that knowledge, wow, what an opening rant. It's the news.
Overpower, overpower, overpower news.
Wow. That was one of my bigger opening rants that I've ever had. But, the women named and all the women who are unnamed who helped bring this game to this exact point where it's at now, you deserve it. Thank you very much. Let me just take a little sip of this high quality H2O.
First off in the news, June 20th, 21st, we have the Peace Bridge Tournament. Friday is 8-person pods all night long. 8-person draft pods all night long. $15 US per pod.
Get this now. You get one prize pack just for entering the pod. You enter the pod, you get a prize pack. You also get all the cards that you open in your packs, minus, the ones that are drafted away. Additionally, for first place, for any of the pods, you get 3 more prize packs. Second place, you get 2 more prize packs. Wow. There's going to be prize packs at the Peace Bridge Tournament, and you're already going to have them Friday. My question is this. Are cards pulled from the Friday prize packs legal in the next day? I would say yes. Any card available is legal. So there may be some random events. We don't know the events in these prize packs, and they will pop out the night before. This seems like an amazing trend, LRG. I'm actually really enjoying it because you never know when you're going to actually change your whole deck the night before based off an event. Could happen. Could be there. I'll have my cards there just in case. Prize packs. Sorry, got excited. Thought you should know. Thought, at least in my mind, the way Joe says it, if cards are available, they are good for the next day. Woohoo! Events we've never seen all of a sudden available for a tournament the following day. Oh, love it. Love it. Prize packs everywhere. So don't forget to bring your tradables because you may want to trade some of the cards that you have extra for some of these prize pack cards right away as well. Just remember that in that regard. Saturday, we have the Legacy format. $80 US. However, you get all-inclusive treatment with that. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a tournament. All the fun you can have. $80, $30 goes to all that other stuff I mentioned. $50 goes towards the tournament. So, last year the prize was roughly, I'm going to say roughly around $1,000. I'm not going to mention who won it for IRS purposes, okay? I don't think they'd head after you for that kind of money, but you never know. But with that being said, in the Saturday tournament, there is actually a bunch, and they are listed on Facebook, additional side quests from, spiritual victory winners to people playing full modern decks. So there's a lot going on coming up June 20th and 21st. Everyone leaves with something from the prize table is what I'm hearing as well. It's going to be a big tourney, 35 plus confirmed. You see it? You see it? Oh, isn't that just honestly one of the most beautiful foils that's possibly in the whole entire set? Yeah, that's the secret. You are rare foil image that will be on the playmat in the Peace Bridge tournament. Exclusive information right now in the news for you. Watson, you are placemat. That's going to be a rare one to get, my friends, so get your hands on it by going to the tournament. And of course, with that being said, same weekend, LRG is at Origins themselves. Head there. Meet the guys from the game that we always talk about on all these podcasts, and you see them in the town halls. They are at booth 1119. And guess what? They are just literally giving away the Any Power 7 upon request. Hi, my name's Marcel. I would like one of those Any Power 7s in your hand. Then I would walk away for 2 minutes and I would return and I would be like, hello, my name is Marcel. I would like one of those Any Power 7s in your hand. Like for me personally, I'd leave with like 20 of these things. I'm not sure how frivolous they're going to be with these Any Power 7s, but especially in the initial wave, those things are going to be worth things. People are going to want them. It's because they're going to be hard to get initially. And it's invincible on it. Like, who doesn't want that Any Power 7? I want it. I want it. Also, Heroes in Games at the exact same Origins convention is running assorted tournaments. And of course, I believe there's boxes, drafts, different formats for them. Check out their website for more additional information. And again, for those that did not hear, the LRG Regional Number 1 modern format, Linwood, Washington, near Seattle. Zulu Games, $20,000 in prizes. We are going to hear very soon what that breakdown means. I'm just guessing, but I'm guessing it's going to be $10,000 for the winner of the tournament. They want to make a splash. I know they want to make a splash. I can only assume there are potential PR marketing people from LRG on this stream right now. And they know they want to make a splash. And $10,000 for the first ever LRG Modern Overpower tournament, that makes a splash. Do not quote me on that. That is just my guess, okay? That is just my guess. That's what I would do if I wanted to make such a splash. And of course, that's July 19th. Again, in Linwood, Washington, Zulu Games, $20,000 in prizes. It's exciting times in Overpower, and that's the news. Overpower, Overpower. Overpower news. Friends, you come here for the knowledge. You don't come here for the news. And I'm going to give you some knowledge. Now, I'm assuming, at least by now, you can start to pick up on the theme that we're running this evening. And it seems like an interesting time in Overpower right now, with more women joining every day. I have seen things like, women and girls right now playing Overpower. They want to do things like play all-girl teams. I want to help you. I want to assist you in your dream of playing all-girl teams. And in the wake of the idea that a woman won the first 2 big national championships, will a woman win the first? That's a tongue twister on its own. Will a woman win the first regionals? With that approaching, I thought I would showcase 3 female characters from the ERB Worlds set to dominate the current field. Boom. Wicked Witch. We're starting big. Like, we're starting big. We're starting big when we're talking about women characters in Overpower. 19 threat level. 19 threat level. Put that in your mind right away. There are only 2 characters in the whole ERB set that have an 8 stat in their grid and are 19 on the threat level. Anybody knowing anything about Overpower right now, especially the modern format, knows they are scrimping, saving, looking for points anywhere they can. And this is a place to find it. And on your 8 potential tentpole, question is there enough there to hold down a whole deck and be a tentpole for you? Let's find out.
We got 3 1 per decks and 3 non 1 per decks. Anybody who's watched my podcast knows that is my favorite, especially, the new ARB characters and worlds. They have 6 specials, all but 2. 2 have 5. I love when 3 of them are big power OPDs and 3 of them are just catch all do things. And this character has that. I'm telling you right now, this is an under threat level powerhouse that we are discussing. And I think there is potential that it could be abused. And I'm going to help you try to do that. Wolves, crows, and black bees. Iconic witch OPD. Not only do I mean visually, makes sense for the character, but iconic if you know the history of OverPower as well. And when you think of the word witch and OPD, you think of a multi-8. Very good, very powerful card. Big attack for your tentpole character is exactly the base card that every tentpole almost needs to start at. To start to bring something to your deck that can take it to the next level and be that centerpiece character. This is a modern and legacy friendly 1 per deck. This just truly being not only the multi side of it, but the cumulative KO works almost perfectly with One Eye, her other OPD. Now, I'm showing you that right away because I want you to grasp something. Not only is this your 8 stat, 8 grid tentpole, but I just showed you in 2 cards 15 points of venture, and that one's off suit. That one's off suit, my friends. Now, that One Eye is the uncommon. So that doesn't come in the normal character stack. That's the one that you actually have to find in the uncommon section near the back of the packs. Thought I'd help you out with that as well, just in case you're looking for that card. Now, acts as a level 7 intelligence attack may be made against the character in reserve. If successful, when target character would move to the front line, they remain in reserve for 1 battle. If opponent has no other characters on the front line, they move up no matter what. This is really nice in Legacy to me because Legacy is proning to a lot of Spider-Woman, a lot of Silver Sable. This 7 could pierce at the right time, the right moment, and do some damage. Now, the secondary effect, I think, would actually potentially hurt you more if it hit one of those 2 style of characters. But again, in the right moment, the right time, you're not caring if they're coming up. You're caring about that 7 hitting in that round for that venture. I'm assuming most likely you're probably still just throwing this at the front line where it's really just a 7 offsuit intellect attack. In Modern, massive. Massive. In Legacy, probably blocked, but they probably have to use either a big power card, big defense, or a big activator. Well worth placing in your deck. And honestly, I actually really enjoyed the great art on this. Like her with that creeping over laughter. There's something there. Really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. Now, as we always talk about characters, and there's always a card that I think puts them over the top. There's always a card that elevates the character to the next level. Now, this is the card that does it for the new witch. Harnessing the Wind. Is this in the running for best OPD in I mean in modern for sure, possibly even in legacy? Like, this makes Witch another level style of character. This special alone, in my mind, should make her a 20 threat level. Defensive shift for the whole round? Whew. Wow. This is big. Like in Legacy, hello, Marauders and Wicked Witch. You do know Malice is defensive now, right? Malice, if Wicked Witch's Harness of the Wind has already been played, Malice can defensively go get that. Whoa. 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 That's huge. Like, that means 2 defensive Harness the Winds in a Marauders Wicked Witch deck. Plus Vertigos? Like, there's a deck right there that could do some weird potential damage. Like, I'm telling you where hits go. Hello. Like, in modern decks, what a great complement character to someone like Zeus. Shifting is not defending. You can use this card defensively to shift away from Zeus after those 9s have landed. Epic OPD. Epic OPD. This alone could make a character play OPD. This alone could make a character playable. Oh, and here's an offsuit 7, and here's a multi 8. What? Oh, three amazing 1 per decks. Amazing 1 per decks. 19 threat level. 19 threat level. And then you're like, okay, well, people are just going to attack her then. You're just going to kill her, right? Well, no, not if, like, she's aquaphobic. She's scared of attacks, Like, she says, no attacks made with universe cards may be played against Wicked Witch for remainder of battle. No attacks with universe cards. That's not specifying which type of universe card is it now. Like, talk about great personal D in both modern and legacy. You got Teamworks running everywhere. Like, this is good for a basic universe with a power card attack, a training universe with a power card as well. An ally. You could block an ally with this card. Not alone the teamwork itself blocking. And then, of course, none of the further attacks can continue on after on the Witch. Great personal D. Whew. Like, if you're playing a single 8 and she's your tent pole, you might have multiples of these in your deck. Like, what a great way to sort of lock out potential 40% of your character's card or your opponent's cards on the other side. Like, it's half of a lockout. You play her in Legacy, you play Beast in your battle site, you play Acrobatics in this. That's a full lockout. This card says no universe. Beast says only universe. That's it. You can't play any other cards. There's no other cards. I mean, of course, there's always those cards that are not affected by any specials in play, which, they might become bigger now. Like, you have to contemplate. The power card that follows the teamwork is still being played with a universe card. Just because you don't see the universe card because the teamwork's already been taken away. You can block the big 8 from a teamwork with this card. Oh yeah, she has big 3 OPDs as well. Just mentioning. Now, obviously the Wicked Witch, she's the baddest in the land. There's always this type of
girl that is just the baddest of them all. And what I mean by this is she's feared by all witches. They all fear her. Nobody wants to go battle against the Wicked Witch of the West. That acts as a level 4 energy attack. If it's successful, Wicked Witch may not attack or be attacked for remainder of battle. Now, you're probably going, Marcel, why would I put that in? It's on suit. Now, first off, I just talked about 15 points of venture. This makes 19 points of venture coming out of a character non-duplicate. Already big. We just talked about a half lockout defensive card that she potentially has. Or third lockout, however you want to look at it. We're talking about a late round card that can save your 8 over and over and over. They got 2 cards left. You throw this 4. You know they're going to take it or want to take it because it's on suit at the very least. And it's going to hit and Wicked Witch can't be attacked anymore. And that's all you need because you need her to last till the next round. And the round after that, and the round after that, and the round after that. This is just another potential late hand lock off. And again, another 4 venture. Like, this is, in my mind, this is an add 1. Depending on your deck, there is potential for more. This is maybe even a combo style card that may have bigger potential in the future depending how cards interact with each other. Not a bad card. Not a bad card. Low level non-1 per deck, but still non-duplicating, worth venture, worth your deck. Now, this one got me. This one got me because I never read the book. I only ever watched the movie, like probably all of you at home. Kind of upset me mentally too, I'm not gonna lie. I will have those silver shoes. This feels Mandela effect-ish. Like, oh no, aren't they ruby shoes? Nah, they were always silver shoes. And then you go watch the movie and they were silver shoes. And you're just like, oh, I'm in another world. I'm in another world. Book to movie, movie to book. Movie, they were ruby red shoes. In the book, they're silver shoes. It doesn't matter because this card is a monster. It doesn't matter if you want to call it blue suede shoes, if that's what she's wearing. Like, this card dominates. Target character must discard 1 place card of Wicked Witch's choice. Oh, classic non-OPD for a witch, isn't it? Oh, but it doesn't end there. There's more text. If successful, Wicked Witch may search her dead pile for any basic universe card, reveal it to opponent, and place it in hand. So if you've already played a basic in your game, you somehow found a way to put Drax Armory, maybe in Legacy version with her, as opposed to Modern, but you figured out a way to do that, this is pulling that card back into your hand. That's a big advantage. Not only are you discarding, you're gaining a half card technically. That's not to be slept on. This witch has it all. This witch has spells for everything. This is 6 out of 6 in my mind. I don't know who created this character or who, didn't grade this character potentially the way they should have been graded. But I'm telling you, we're not in Kansas anymore. Like, this witch is going to dominate. She's not under a house. Like, they need to make an any hero Dorothy to somehow counteract this character. Call it like a house or something. I don't know what you need to do because guess what? The witch is going to dominate. And the witch is going to dominate both Modern and going to dominate Legacy. These aren't predictions. These are facts.
These are facts that are going to come out soon enough. Like, Witch? Drax Armory? That's going to be a thing. Huge card, both modern and legacy. To conclude her, obviously that power 19 threat level, like, wow, you get a lot. You get a lot. This woman can do everything you ask her, and more. And more. Like, this is wifey material. This is the woman you put a ring on it. She's doing everything for your deck. You can get past the one eye and the green skin. But you do it because that's how much this character's bringing. Like, Legacy, you're going to see witch decks with Morgan, Wicked Witch, and Scarlet Witch. Possibly like Spider Woman in reserve. There's your all-female character deck. You want to get spicy and put Drax Armory in there? Put Velocity in reserve. Whoo! Discard, discard, discard. You better never place a card, because I'm just going to make you discard it. 3 different discards? 2 of them opponent? One of them getting back those basics that I'm using to defend? Ho, 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 ho. All female character teams have potential with this tentpole now. Before, you were just looking at Dark Phoenix Jean Grey, and you're like, oh, I got 2 cards and, a couple other shenanigans. This is, I got 6 cards now. And 19? There's something here, friends. Like, modern? Which could be your tentpole? Save you those points. Which is here to stay, both legacy and modern, my friends. That is a character that you get her alt art in foil. Because that one's going to spoof up in money. Whew, what a character. You know my thumbnails that I put up for these. Give away some stuff. And I thought it quite quirky that I made this young lady ride a goat in the thumbnail. Joan of Ark. Joan of Ark. 18 on the threat level. Again, my favorite. 3 OPDs, 3 non-OPDs. She's saving you that 1 point on the threat level. In my mind, she probably should have been probably 17 on the threat level based off her card range and her stats. But that's neither here nor there. Plus, of course, she was 17 when she went to war for France. Historically. 17-year-old girl leading the army of France. Like, when we talk about accomplishments, all the young ladies listening at home, and again, older women as well, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And especially with the determination of a woman, anything is possible. 18 on the threat level. Now, she may have actually been the earliest of the feminine leaders. Now, there's a lot here, and we're going to cover this special quite uniquely. Joan of Ark and any female teammates are +2 to any combat and intelligence actions for remainder of game. Key, remainder of game. Whew. This is the ultimate girl power card. It is also
Joan of Arc's uncommon. So this is the one that you're going to have to find in packs. It does not come in the Joan stack as well. I thought people might want to know that information. Legacy potential. Huge. Huge here with this type of card. Silver Sable. Combat intelligence. Old Domino. 8 combat. I mean, Domino's specials are even intelligence specials. How much would that bounce off this character? Spider Girl? Oh, do you mind if I just throw level 10 double shots at you? How do you defend a level 10 double shot? You don't. You're dead over and over and over and over. Spider Girl throwing level 10 double shots. Yeah, we're in a different world. We're in a different world now. This is the new age of OverPower. And you have to think to this level. Like those double shots that are 10s can't be blocked by activators, not when they come from Spider Girl. Hello. Like, the best thing about cards like this works with Teamworks. You're throwing a Teamwork. At the same time, you can throw this card. It boosts the Teamwork. Like, you play EFL here, and, sorry, early feminist leader, EFL. You play EFL, and those Teamworks are now 6s in Modern. 8s in Legacy if they're coming from female characters. The potential for EFL in new sets with characters like Adam Eve or Duplicate or Witchblade is big. This card has future big potential. Did you notice something about the card? One thing I want to point out, that people need to look deeper because a couple things have changed about this game. If you couldn't make out that blurry image, that's an astral plane symbol. This card does not clip to Joan of Arc. What does that mean, Marcel? What does that mean? It means that when Joan of Arc dies, her female teammates are still empowered by her feminine leadership. That for the rest of the game, unless that card is negated, her female teammates are still +2ing. You gotta look at the finer points with cards like that. That's when things can change. That's when decks can get elevated where people aren't thinking. You know she's religious. And St. Michael himself protects her. Now this one, this one gets me because I want this to be better. If this card was a little bit better, Joan may actually have gone over the edge. And actually, really been there. Joan of Arc or teammate may avoid one attack. So it's global. One attack with a combat icon. Now, the best thing about this is no intelligence attacks may be made against Joan of Arc's whole team, though, for remainder of battle. So now there's an interesting secondary effect that's really nice with this. Seems situational to me. Now, with combat being played in the early meta, this might work. This might work. You know, you have to think things like Leonidas 8, Zorro 7, Hercules 9, Hercules 6. Combat. I'll block it for one of these cards. It's an interesting secondary effect. However, it feels very situational.
It feels incredibly situational. Now, I will tell you though, combat often goes with intelligence in Legacy, and intelligence often goes with combat as a secondary suit in Modern and in Legacy. So there could be potential there. However, much like when we talked about someone like Sheriff, when you're committing to a character like this is a must add. You must add this for your character. And it's funny that I bring up the Sheriff because when you think about cards like Early Feminist Leader, a lot of us don't understand that in the old Overpower, people would play cards like that with a power card, and that would be their attack. Now, the fact that you can play cards like that with like a teamwork is already huge, and I can make those teamwork attacks bigger. But what's also now been described in the game is if you had someone like Sheriff with the +2 to all actions, as well as, let's say, Joan of Ark and another female character, you could throw a teamwork with Early Feminist Leader and the +2 at the exact same time. I don't even understand how that would work. You'd need 2 negates. This was talked about on the boards. This was discussed. Quote me if I'm wrong. But, your teamwork is now thrown out of 10 if you have those 2 types of characters and the third attack's coming from a female character. Like, these are the combos I'm talking about. These are what I want you all at home to start breaking and coming up with these thoughts. Now, any character who's going to be your side shotgun piece, like Joan of Ark, if they don't have a big attack, they're probably not going to make it for long as your side piece character. Usually with your side piece, you're looking for like global defense or big chunky specials or, some sort of trickery that brings to the rest of the deck. This acts as a level 8 combat or intelligence multi-power attack. Now, it's the 2 on-suits, in my mind, of Joan of Arc. And again, you're probably playing intelligence or combat characters paired with her for EFL. Now, again, always remembering that EFL boosts Joan herself. So now that 8 could potentially be a 10 with EFL. These are thoughts, deeper thoughts. Now, not bad, 3-1 per dex. But when we just talked about, the Wicked Witch of the West 3-1 per dex compared to these 3-1 per dex, and they're 1 threat level point different, and, one's an 8 potential temple and this is a 7, there's a lot. You see that could be potentially missing here. I would have maybe liked that 8 to be defensive, maybe even just for her. So you could block a big 10 or something like that with EFL. But again, neither here nor there. Great card. You're going to add it. Huge attack. Probably one of the few reasons you're going to even contemplate this character as your shotgun styles, side piece character. Now, a lot of people don't grasp that Joan, the way she died, she was burned at the stake. I do really like the historic, tie-in with a lot of these characters, especially the ones that are historically real. KO Joan of Arc. All hits from her current battle are discarded and are not added to venture total. Teammate may draw 1 card. Discarded if duplicate. You didn't need to give me that draw. But it makes this card oh so interesting. Now, this already has great combo synergy, especially with the event Giant Man of Mars, where you can shift attacks to a particular character. or away to characters. You know what I'm saying? Or even to pair her with someone like Sun Wukong. The draw card part makes this a real thought for every deck, not just a combo style deck, but any deck with her. Legacy, like you could do potential combo with like Infinity Gauntlet. There are things there that you could actually really think about and change. Now, there are cards that escalate characters, and a lot of the times I keep them till the end as we discuss characters. And this one especially, I don't think people are thinking about this card correctly. This card alone could make a character very viable. And people need to recognize better what cards can do and what potentially you could have created for you in decks. Angelic Visions. Not only art-wise is that another one of those just beautiful cards, this one does make me kind of feel like Magic the Gathering. Like this would cost you like 2 planes to cast or something weird like that. Angelic Visions. Play on target character as an attack. If successful, opponent must reveal 4 cards from hand, chosen at random, and play them open-handed for the remainder of battle. Now, obviously, immediately, anybody who knows the game, you're thinking 221 Baker Street right away. And what a great card this works with it. Now, what a lot of people I don't think are grasping with this card is this card will most times reveal the rest of your opponent's hand. And it's non-1 per deck. Now, there are 1 per decks out there that say, reveal opponent's hand. Opponent must play open-handed. Well, oftentimes in the first, second, third round, your opponent often only has 4 more cards left. So, guess what? You're opening their whole hand. Round after round after round. And if you're playing 221 Baker Street, you're taking a card. And usually people hold their big power cards, big specials. That's the things that people are holding in their hands near the end. This card, hand after hand, is revealing 4. Now, what happens when I get full advantage? Like, you have to understand, this could be a potential like 3 or 4 in your deck. If I not only get to pluck one of your last 4 cards out of your hand, but I reveal your whole hand, you're giving me so much information. You're giving me all the information. Once you're open-handed, I have everything. You have nothing to hide anymore. And I'm going to be able to play the hand out exactly the way I need to with all of the information, and you don't have it all. That's 2 cards in my mind, especially if this somehow could be amplified in the future with an additional character. That Joan of Ark, like, she has meta written all over her. Like, there's going to be crafty players coming in that are going to take cards like this and take it to the next level. Because characters like this don't just have 1 card like that can combo out. They have cards like this as well. And this is the type of card that takes a character over the top. This is a 4 combat attack. Each a 4 combat attacks, so half of the level. Same as a teamwork. Each of your frontline teammates can make an additional attack. Any attack they want. With the new modern game being very quickly adopted to speed, you have to understand that something like inspirational leadership, this card, it just sets her apart when speed is king. This is a top tier non-OPD territory here. Like the 3s that, in Legacy used to be able to run, they were good. But a 4? That steps it up. Like this is a 2, 3 maybe in a deck, maybe more. Like, this is one of the biggest non-OPD cards in my mind in both Modern and could potentially be big in Legacy if you flex off her other cards and amplify your deck. It's very funny that you literally just said that, Johnny Mateo. But the next line I have written down is cards like this are what are getting negated now when you see these Legacy games. People want to stop it right away. And you're right, you can fish out that negate to all of a sudden get your Grim Reaper through. You know, in conclusion about Joan, like, Joan has the power and grace to be played now with a huge potential going forward as more female characters are added into the Modern environment. With combo, speed, and defense, Joan is a force. Angel Visions is a true card to watch out for. That's one of those cards that I think is deceptively way better than people read it to be. You gain a lot by knowing your opponent's last 4 cards in their hand. A lot. Over and over and over every hand. Joan of Arc is a true inspiration to women and deck builders. For 1 point off the deck total, she might become a true diamond and gem to be found. Before we get to the last powerhouse woman of ERB that I'm going to review, I would love for you to subscribe, ring that bell, and like this episode. You know, like it for all the women in your life. Like it for all the women I'm talking about right now. Like it just because you like this show. I appreciate it. It does a lot for the show. Thank you so much for watching. I enjoy your comments at the end of shows as well. I always respond to every comment put on an episode. So this week, I would love to hear you complete the all-female team that I am starting for you tonight. So as of right now, you have Joan of Arc, you have Wicked Witch, and I'm about to review a third one. So please write down a fourth one in the comments when this episode is done as well. I would love to hear your thoughts on an all-female team. And of course, please make it all-female to continue the theme for yourself. So, of course, who would you pair with them? Post it on the video after the live. The community reads those thoughts as well. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there. I know somebody even started a chat on the Discord saying Joan of Arc decks. So please help that person out and tell them what your Joan of Arc deck would be with Wicked Witch. And, of course, always thank you for watching and liking. Please continue to do so. So, finally, the final powerhouse lady that I'm going to speak about tonight. And I think she deserves the respect of being saved the best for last. Anybody have any guesses? Anybody have any guesses out there? Mina. Mina Harker. The elusive vampire, ultra rare, everybody wants. Is she worth the hype? Let's find out. With trades for the Mina ultra rare foil eclipsing $500 to $600 now in cash and cards, what's the hype all about? Is it just the art of that foil? Yes, it's beautiful. Yes, it's stunning. Probably in the top 5 of the whole set. Up there definitely with that Watson I just showed you earlier. Let's figure it out. Mina Harker. 18 threat level. I don't know where these numbers come from. I don't know what LRG Gagaris theorem that is used to come up with these threat levels. But 18 threat level. Now, max 6, dual 6, so you can use 2 different grids. We got energy and we got brute force. Now something different here. 1 per deck. And 5 non-1 per decks. Whew. That's different. That's different for a style of character like this. That could either be potential for greatness because you can put multiples of any angle you're trying to play her, or it's catastrophic because non-1 per decks generally don't have the same power as 1 per decks. You got to start off right away with the hunger. Her 1 per deck. Now, you would think right away, having only 1 per deck, it would be a monster. I think it's a modern monster-ish, but a legacy medium. Acts as a level 7 combat attack. If successful, it removes 1 hit from Mina Harker's hits to current battle or permanent record. Now, I would like this idea because, you know, there's Asclepion tones to this. This is a big personal OPD. You know, it could swing the end of a round, landing and, you know, potentially gaining 8 to 15 venture by removing something off herself as well. Again, the Asclepion potential being that if it was a permanent that is removed, you can draw as well. Offsuit. I like that. I like all these. All of these points are great. All of these ideas are great. But it's a nice OPD. It's not a great OPD. So let's just hope that her non-OPDs are great. Because other than this card, she doesn't lean too heavily toward an Asclepion build. So this might just be a personal way to potentially keep Mina alive a little bit longer. Now, she's connected. And she's telepathically connected. Dracula's telepathic connection. This card is not to be slept on. This card is a mimic that came out of, I believe it was Green Goblin in Legacy. This card feels like it wants to drive Mina to reserve. Man, I want to fight you on that every step of this way. Mina doesn't belong in the... Nobody puts Mina in the corner. Even though when she's in the corner, she can fight. Target character must reveal any cards in hand playable by target character. May be played from reserve. So obviously having reserve access, this pushes the idea to Mina in reserve. Ooh. Especially in Modern with so little reserve access cards, you want to do it. You want to do it so bad. This is still viable when she's up front. Reserve or not, with Baker, this card is gold. I think it's even better in Legacy with activators, as there's more potential to have additional cards that particular character can play. This is a nice early round card feeler style first attack to put out after an ally. This is the type of card that's a good, you know, what do you got? What do you got? Do you have an avoid? Am I going to see something, you know, that you don't want me to see? Guess what? Every character can play Grim Reaper. I'm going to look for it. Is that okay? And I'm going to look for it through a character I know doesn't have an avoid, at least. Or through the character that has a teammate avoid. Don't sleep on Dracula's telepathic connection, and don't just automatically, because the card says you can play it from reserve, think, oh, I got to put her in reserve. Because Mina has cards. Now, right away, you're going to go, but Marcel, she has vampiric celerity, which I actually looked up in the dictionary for all of you at home, and means swiftness of movement. You're welcome. Target character must discard one placed card of Mina Harker's choice. May be played from reserve. But Marcel, here's another card that she can play from reserve. I know. I get it. But guess what? Both of these cards have the exact same effect when she's on the front line. Oh, and she has 3 more cards we still need to discuss that are very viable on the front line. Vampiric Celerity. Amazing card. Let alone the reserve access anyways. And again, I love how both of these cards are just as good up front as they are in reverse or reserve. This is a character you could potentially, dance with Morgan in that card. I think this card puts her in the undervalued club, up front or reserve. 18 threat level. Discard. That's, this is great. And again, showing you this special suite has so many different deck potential ideas. We already just said Asclepion twist. We already just said Baker Street twist. That's just a classic discard. That could be in any style deck twist. Now, I know Mina Harker from Bram Stoker's Dracula. Classic 90s movie, I believe. Mina Harker was played by... Help me out there. But I do know that her compadre, Jonathan Harker, the solicitor, was played by Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves was in a Dracula movie. Check it out. Quite good. Winona Ryder. That's who played Mina Harker. Winona Ryder. You may know her as the mom in Stranger Things. Okay? That's who Winona Ryder is. Played Mina Harker in that movie. With Keanu Reeves as Jonathan Harker, the solicitor. Acts as a level 5 intelligence power card. May be used to attack or defend. Now, these cards are the cards that have been getting everybody in an uproar. Why? This is a power card. This can be used to follow up a teamwork. This is a great personal card. It can be used to attack or defend. Follow up a teamwork. Whew. Offsuit. Like, especially as an upfront character, this additional defense you're giving yourself. The dual threat of the offsuit combo with the teamwork. This makes this card spicy. This card is spicy. This is the card that's going to save you from using your 5 that you can now defend your whole team with. Whew. Jonathan, you're coming in at the right time. Keanu Reeves, John Wick, coming in with a 5 intellect. Now that's a card that if you put your mind around it, could be huge on its own. And that's just one of the plethora of tricks and utensils this character has. Oh wait, let's talk about Nocturnal Hunter. Oh, another 5? Oh wait, what does this 5 do? Oh, well, it's brute force and it can't be blocked by a special card. In Old Legacy, you would know this as the code JZ. What a card! Like, this is the baby equivalent of a JW. Did I just say discard? 5 that can be used to attack or defend. And a baby JW? I sure did. Those are 3 big non-1 per deck cards. Like, how about this as an offensive hidden gem if you're running Mina in an energy deck? Like, I just showed you a 7 combat, a 5 intelligence, and now a 5 brute force. And you could main stat her as an energy character. Like, this is a solid attack in Modern. Big time. And it's monstrous in the Legacy format where team defense seems to still be the leaning prowess that's going on. This dual 5 combo is underrated, and underrated because everybody's putting Mina in a corner. Don't put Mina in a corner. Put her up front, I promise you're going to be like, wow. Let alone the discard and hand reveal. Like, and a 7 remove that we've already mentioned. Like, this character's stacked. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, my friends. Oh, wait. The whole time we've been talking, Mina Harker has been tracking our movements. Everything I've said, everything we've all been doing, she's watching. This is a card that is a wary tale waiting to happen from somebody. And what do I mean by that? I feel this is a great second negate option on a team. I think this is a great second negator. Now, why do I say that? Because early in a round, this could hurt. Now, what do I mean? Mina Harker may offensively negate one of opponent's special cards. Mina Harker may reveal her hand and play open-handed this battle to defensively negate one of opponent's special cards. Now, I'm showing you all my cards to stop one of yours. Yes, I would rather show you my hand than get Grim Reapered. I would. You would. We all know we would. Don't sell yourself short, though, what having an unrevealed card means. There's a great moment in the last Boston tournament when I'm playing somebody and I'm holding a card down. I'm holding it face down on the table. And the whole time my opponent's like, that's a great card, that's a great card, that's a great card. He's holding that card. He's not playing it. It's clearly some team defense. He's got a big card stacked. The opponent decided to concede a battle instead of playing their long shot, which would have played into their 5, which would have then went and got their 4 from their deck, because they thought that card could definitely block a 5. It was a 2 that I was hiding. A 2 power card hiding face down. But because they could not see it, to my opponent, it was the greatest card, an exact card I needed to stop them from doing what they were going to do. Do not put enough weight on having cards not revealed to your opponent. GOAT moment in the show. No, it does not trigger your opponent's Baker Street when you reveal your own cards. They have to play a card to reveal. You don't. That's not how it works. So when you reveal your hand, no, if they're playing Baker Street, they don't get to choose a card to discard at that point in time. So it's technically a free effect. However, revealers beware, for I now know all. To conclude, Mina is worth her threat level in Modern and Legacy. Worth it and more. With her versatility, it's only a matter of time till she is the Modern Queen. And everybody's hunting that red Mina foil. Whew. That one's going to be impossible to get as this game starts to progress. Good luck. Good luck, everybody. Start buying boxes now. So is that red foil Mina worth the $500 to $600 in cards and cash? I think she's only going to go up from here. It's going to be one of the most sought after cards, period, when Mina becomes one of the main negators in the modern era. Mina saves you points, defends, attacks, negates, Baker possibility, Asclepion possibility, discards. Need I say more? Need I say any more about Mina Harker? Like, almost an instant add in the ERB World Legends set to any modern deck, let alone starting to creep into people's minds for Legacy. So we've covered 3 amazing female characters from ERB Worlds that have huge potential in Modern, but may also crack the Legacy decks that you see today and that you're seeing soon. So leave a comment again. Wicked Witch of the West, Joan of Ark, and Mina Harker. Who's the last in this all-girl team? Leave it in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Keep thinking OverPower, deck building, and getting to the top of the mountain. This is the OverPower Mountain Podcast, and I am the OPGOAT. This is a man's overpower world. This is a man's overpower world. But it ain't nothing without a woman or a girl. Good night.